Hello, it's John Misikos from Tinker Electric here, and today what I want to share with you is one of my projects that I've been working on. So here it is from PCB Way. They've nicely made these boards that I've requested from them, and what this is an upgrade to the word clock that I've built. So the word clock, in case you don't know what it is, I'll just bring up some photos here. The word clock is basically a clock that displays the time in words. Fancy that, exactly what it says. And so the interesting thing about the word clock is it's something a little bit different. It's peculiar. Years ago, I actually built one for a friend who got married, and it was a wedding gift from myself and work colleagues. And that original one was actually very early in on the day, before I was making PCBs for it, and it was basically just a jumble of wires all pieced together. It's quite amazing that it works, but of course it does, because I test it and I make sure it does. But today what I wanted to share with you is the journey basically of going from that jumble of wires to a PCB to making something a little bit more than a prototype, but less than, large volumes, mass production. So it's all about going from the idea to the prototype to the small scale production. And today I'm just going to show a little bit about this PCB, which is converting the jumble of wires into something that is very durable, that lasts and is repeatable. So after you build the first one, or 1 to 10, then you move on to a PCB, and that can do your needs for quite some time. So let's talk about this particular PCB. The original one, so I'll just have a picture here, uses basically an Arduino cut down. So it's the chip from one, a real-time clock so that we can keep track of the time, but basically it's got wires and a Vero board underneath, and it gets you from A to B. It's nothing fancy, but it does do the job. This particular board is going to be a little bit more complicated, a little bit more in depth. What you can see from the silk screen, other than the IBIS, is that it uses an ESP32. So an ESP32 has both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on board. Additionally, it's also got USB, which makes it fairly easy to communicate to. So if you too want to go on the journey from a collection of wires to a PCB and a finished product, then simply jump on, subscribe, especially jump on the email list. I'll be sharing notes and how-tos of how to do it, and eventually classes to be able to make your own PCB. So if you're keen on that, let me know, and keen to have a chat. All right, see ya.